Hello and welcome back to my Let's Challenge of Ratchet and Clank. In the last episode, we completed both Kerwan and Iridia, and now we are here on Eudora, and we unfortunately lost access to one of our weapons. We lost access to the Pyrocitor. We will no longer be able to use the Pyrocitor, but we should be able to get some more weapons in this episode. At least one, probably some more, hopefully, and actually get back into a better position than we are currently. Ow. So we're here on Eudora. Eudora's a really fun level. I really love the music here, and I like this as a planet as well. But anyway, so can we buy something new? We can. We can get the. So we got the Glove of Doom. Obviously, we can't quite afford it yet, but that should change relatively fast. Take out these guys. The enemies on this planet are generally not too much of a worry, as we're going to get some Pyrocitor ammo. Just to rub in the fact that I can't use the Pyrocitor anymore. Okay. So we're going to go the long way first, and the reason for that is because it will give us lots of money and it will give us access to another weapon, and then we'll do the way which actually sorts out the where actually we want to be going. We should probably put them on, actually. Completely forgot about that. But yeah, no, it looks like, unfortunately we don't have access to any secrets yet, so I can't show you where, I can't be sure of all of the skill points. As in, I'm pretty sure I know most of them, but I can't be sure of them all. One of the skill points in this planet is to take out a set number of these flying vehicles that are going throughout this sort of logging site. And there are lots of them, and it's really easy just to... And yeah, it's just really easy to find them, to take out a few in very quick time. So there's only one really worrying enemy in this planet, in my opinion, and it's not these guys. We meet them slightly later on, and the only reason that they're slightly more worrying is because the projectiles that they fire are actually relatively difficult to see, and that can just make them a little bit more dangerous. But yeah, now we can head over here and get some more bolts. Sure we head over there, where if you saw some boxes up there, I'm pretty sure we head there later on in this level. Anyway, we're just going to those guys, yeah. So you see some Blarg, the sort of humanoid-ish enemies, the aliens over here. Yeah, these guys are, yeah. So you see they fire very pale, sort of white shots, and they're just hard to see, which means they're not the easiest thing to dodge, but that's all that's really difficult in this, all that's really worrying in this level. Everything else is just rather nice, actually. And obviously you see the guy over there. There we go. Nothing around there. do love that sort of weird flip he does occasionally. Pretty cool. There we go. Okay, so again, we'll just keep moving around this planet. Then we can head up here, we can head onto here for some more bolts. The only reason I'm collecting lots of bolts is obviously because our lives depend on weapons. Whilst we're certainly not going to be able to get them all, a few of the late game weapons in this game are very expensive, or relatively expensive, I guess is a better way of terming it. And so it's actually just collecting as many bolts. Just having a large sort of store of bolts is actually very helpful in that sense. But one of the main sources of bolts, obviously, are the actual enemies themselves, and in that sense, we should be doing fine because we're taking them all out. But I always find it amusing that this whole path here, essentially the entirety, in many ways, of the planet is absolutely and completely optional, because yeah, this doesn't actually get you anything important. Or, you know, like a... So we're suddenly going to randomly get Glove of Doom ammo, which... So yeah, you can often get ammo for weapons that you don't have, which I always find is rather bizarre, but... So anyway, we're near the end of this section, which is good. We'll be able to get up here. Sure, there's a room later on where we have 3 of them, but again, they're not really anything to be worried about, those guys. Okay, so now, don't do anything stupid. There we go, nice. So we'll be able to skip through all of here. Nice and simple. Take out those guys. And there is our reward for going all of this long way. We get a new weapon, which is the suck cannon. The suck cannon is really useful. It's in my eyes, it's one of the more iconic Ratchet Clank weapons. It's one of my favourite. We're actually going to get a trophy for getting the suck cannon. But yeah, it's one of my favourite weapons in the Ratchet Clank series. I think any weapon which allows you to shoot other enemies, to shoot enemies at enemies, is just really cool. Watch out. And they sort of give you this little bit at the end just to show you, just to allow you to play around with it. It's actually pretty powerful too, and is really useful on, like, I love using the suck cannon on certain planets that can be very helpful. But now we're going to grab the only gold bolt in this level, which is just here. So that's the only gold bolt on Eudora, and nice and easy to get, just require a high jump. So now we will... I could have got the Glove of Doom there, but we won't worry about that.
Use your gadget.
So we're going to use the Trespasser on this door. Shouldn't be anything too complicated. Nice. So this pathway is far more just about using your various gadgets and just a bit of platforming, long jumps and all that sort of stuff. Whereas we've already done the far more combat-oriented section of this level. So let's see if we can not die on the swing shots this time. There we go. You can die, you know, you just got to be a bit wary with these jumps, because obviously you don't need to rush because the platform's never like raised back up, so there's no real worry about it. But if you're a bit careless, you can stumble there. So that way we'll fly over here, get out the Trespasser. So this is our first introduction to one where we actually have a blocker, essentially. The little blue thing on the outside is just there to block the path of certain things. They get a bit more complicated later on, but in the end they're not really they're not that difficult.
You sure showed him.
I suppose I did.
Is your current occupation leaving a rotten taste in your mouth? Then you need to know about BTS, Blog Tactical Research Station. Hi, I'm Supreme Executive Chairman Drek, and we here at BTS are seeking motivated individuals to fill positions in these exciting careers. Grind boot tester, warhead assembly technician, mutant animal husbandry, robot repairman, suck cannon test dummy, and administrative assistant. So call BTS. Build our weapons while you build your future.
I'm calling BTS to go.
Now we're talking. Did you see all the cool gadgets they're making? Let's go get some.
No, we must continue our search for Captain Qwark.
You're absolutely right.
I am.
Sure. We need to find Qwark. Although when we find him, wouldn't it be nice to be able to tell him where Chairman Drek is?
I suppose.
Well, we go to the space station and talk to the scientists. They work for Drek, so they're bound to know where he is.
I am unsure about your logic.
You think too much. Come on, let's go.
So the next place we have to go to is I believe it's Nebula B34, but the Blog Tactical Research Station. Let's just
Hi there, Fuzzball.
get these guys. The Glove of Doom. And now we can head up here. So that should be everything. Yep, there you go, 1 of 1, all that sort of stuff. So we can only get 1 of the 2 gold bolts here because we need the O2 mask in order to get the second, and we won't be getting that for a fair amount of time actually. Hopefully I won't die in this section. This is one of my least favourite areas in this game, just because of some of the enemies, and I'm just not very good at this whole section anyway. But hopefully when won't be too much of an issue. We shall see. So we got our first experience as playing as Clank here. There's not too much Clank action in this game. I suppose there's like a couple of the big sections, but yeah, this is the first time, and I always fall off there, so it's just... Yeah, the issue with Clank, or like just his movement, is just that his jump is a lot more vertical, I guess. You don't have so much horizontal momentum, so it's quite easy to sort of just make errors in that sense. But anyway. But we can break through these guys, take out these enemies. I just get paranoid about these rather narrow platforms, just because, well, it's me, and knowing me, I will find a way to fall off. So you can actually see the gold bolt, it's just there, but yeah, we can't actually access it because you need to play as Ratchet in order to access it. And the only way you can play as Ratchet in outer space is if you've got the O2 mask, so yeah, we gotta wait for that. So that's an enemy we can't actually defeat as Clank, just it does too much damage, and
You have just
and it's yeah, it just does. You just can't do enough damage without it killing you. But we can get our little robot friends here to do all the damage for us, taking out these robots. Sorry, those enemies, and then we use them to enter these doors. But that's the first of 3 sections here in the Blarg section done.
The Gadgetron Hydro Displacer uses Insta-faucets and Insta-faucets. Using it, you can drain and flip.
So as it says, as she was saying, we get the Hydro Displacer gadget, which is just a gadget which you use to essentially fill pools of water or drain pools of water. It gets used in, especially in the next planet in particular. But a few others aside from that, it's not. They do a good job of making sure that you use every gadget at least several times.
So you are. And I found this.
Hey, cool. It's what is it?
A hydro displacer.
Great. I always wanted one of those, I guess.
Where on earth does he store it? But anyway. So now we've got another set of paths to choose. We'll get the infobot next, I think, which is going this
This show has an audible.
way. This can be a little hectic if you're not careful. Essentially, you can go either of the 2 routes, I'm pretty sure. There are enemies. There are enemies on both routes. At least I think you can go both routes, can you? No, you can't. Okay. That opens, and that opens. Okay. So, like, small enemies like this are perfect for sucking in. You just got to be aware that it does fill up rather fast. There's a nice amount of splash damage as well, which means they'll have to do a good job of taking out a few enemies at a time. Could have used better aim there. Ow! I was expecting you to die. But there's lots of health. And now we meet the most annoying enemies in this section, which are these guys. Yeah, they're just very annoying in my opinion. So we'll let our little robot friends to do take them out. Nice. So, we'll continue here, and then obviously we have the chance to press the big red shiny button, and why on earth wouldn't you? Why on earth wouldn't you want to press the big red shiny button?
Selecting our automated self-destruct feature. Vessel annihilation sequence initiated. Please remove all personal belongings.
So obviously now we've got to get the hell out of here. And you get these sort of annoying...
You didn't hear me. This vessel will self-destruct. Boom. In a matter of seconds. Please evacuate.
I do love the very calm voice. It's just like, perhaps you did not hear me. This vessel will self-destruct. But, quite nice and simple. Yeah, those sort of mutant animal things with necks and stuff like that, whatever they are. No idea what they are, but yeah, those are some really annoying enemies, just because they take 2 hits.
This is Darla Gratch reporting live from Blackwater City. We've just learned that Captain Qwark will be presenting the grand prize at the Intergalactic Hoverboard Championship, which will be held here over the next few days. In related news, this planet has recently been suffering from an infestation of strange amoeboid creatures. The city's administration has assured this reporter that every step has been taken to eradicate these nuisances. Darla Gratch, Channel 2 News.
Did you see that?
Yes, I hope that poor woman is all right.
She's fine, I think. I was talking about the hoverboard races.
I do love the way the amoeboid plays up to the camera is, I'm going, rubs its fingers together in a blatantly evil manner. Anyway, so they are a lot more of these sort of frog-like enemies. They're just annoying. They're more nuisances than anything particularly threatening. Ow. There we go.
Need a little help with these enemies? Try a Gadgetron counter. Available at any Gadgetron vendor.
So, as the help desk just said, we now have access to the Taunter, which is, as a weapon, completely useless in most scenarios. Essentially, its only use is to just lure enemies into walking into force fields and stuff like that. Which, overall, isn't a particularly useful thing to have, because it's very, very circumstantial, but is vital for certain, a couple of key, there we go. You also got to be careful though, because these those 3 boxes there all contain the little frog things. For unknown reasons, but the store has lots of ammo, lots and lots of bolts. So there we go, nice. We'll now be able to head this way. I always find that this path okay one way and then horrible the other, but yeah. Oh well. You just got to be careful of these these vents. But nothing really too much to be worried about. There we go, nice. Swing shot. Some of these boxes also have the frogs in. Any with that sort of explode, with that sort of splat, had enemies hidden inside them. Just so obviously destroying those little power nodes breaks the force fields in various places and stuff like that. More suck cannon. I don't know why this always seems to happen, that you get 2 stuck up there, which sort of just end up walking back and forth like that. I always find that rather amusing. But, anyway. Nice. Goodbye. Can you suck up boxes in this one? No. In Ratchet Clank 3, where the suck cannon returns, you can suck up boxes, and that just makes it super cool. Because it means essentially there's infinite ammo, because of obviously how plentiful boxes are in this game. Ammo. Get the hell out of there. Get that.
Hiya, Fuzzball.
Just grab the taunter. Okay, so now this is where we find our the only gold bot that we can get in this section, which is located up there, I believe. Yep. Sure. So a lovely gold bolt, and then we'll be able to back here. Nice, okay. Come on. You can see that the auto-targeting is not the greatest, but sort of... That's the challenge that you have when playing Ratchet Clank Qwark. Okay, fine, destroy that. Why don't you? Goodbye. So now we get a little mini-boss, essentially I don't know exactly what it's called. It's like the queen of these guys. Essentially, there is a skill point if you kill it with just the wrench. I'm not going to do that just for ease, really. That does not do a lot, actually. That does a lot more. Wow, I am doing this terribly, but there we go. Nice and fit. It's not hard, and it's not hard to do. It's not hard to do with only the wrench. It's really isn't. But yeah, I'm just not playing great. But there we go. We'll head over here. Nice. You can use the Glove of Doom there, it's actually very useful. Kill these guys around this scientist.
Thought I was a goner this time. Some nano-wit in genetics must have left the cages open again. You could come down now. Honestly, a gadget engineer deserves a bit more respect, if you ask me.
So, you are an inventor.
Gadget engineer. I create revolutionary devices for Executive Chairman Drek. For instance, Viola. My soon-to-be patented grind boots. Look, I need to get out of here so I can find a new job. How about I sell you these? At cost.
Sell? After we just saved your scrawny butt?
All right. I'll give you the employee discount, too.
So 2,000 bolts.
I'm gonna get out of here while I still can.
You've got the grind boot.
So, the grind boots, as the name suggests, allow you to grind on rails. And that is it for the... Oh, you are kidding me. What? 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 Why? I don't understand. Oh, should I count that? I feel like I've got to count that. Stupid glitch thing. That makes absolutely no sense. So we're going to pop down here, and we're back where we started. Yeah. Everything, well, all the breakables have respawned because I died. Oh man, so what, that's the taunter I lose. Well, to be fair, I was only going to use the taunter really once, which is for a gold bolt, and I'm still going to use it for that. I don't see, really, I don't really count not using, sort of using weapons in that sense as using them in many ways. I'm just babbling now. Okay, cool. So there we go. So we lose access to the taunter, we die twice, but we still have access to 4 weapons, which means we have 4 lives along. And so now, to finish off this episode, we will just fly to Relgar, where we have 2 important paths to take. So here we are on planet Relgar, and we are going to call this episode to an end here. So I hope you have enjoyed this episode of my Let's Challenge of Ratchet and Clank, and I hope you will join me on the next.